weekend. Make sure you refresh your screen, my friend. Okay, why don't you see me right here ready to go?
Are we here?
Are we here? Can you see us? Don't you know?
Hi guys.
Are they saying hello, Doug and Stacy? Yo, do they know that we're here? Can you see us?
Are you there? Are you there? There we are. There's Georgia. Annie Oakley's. All rain is now moving east to west. Woohoo!
All right, we're gonna get on it. Can you guys hear us? I don't know if they can hear us.
Tell us you can hear us. Can you hear? You see us? Can you hear us? Yeah.
Oh, they can. Here
Okay,
we
good.
go. Don't you know? Yes, we
We
can
need to turn the
hear
light
you. Oh yeah, we need some lights. Oh,
Lights,
Molly.
camera, action.
Lights, camera,
Not that
action.
much. Ooh, that's bright. No, that's too
Yeah, it
much.
has to be that way. This is the big time, baby.
It's like I just got. No, it's really.
Where
bright.
were you this weekend, and why was it so hopeful?
How many of you guys ever got pulled over at night when you were like in high school and the police shined the thing in the car? Oh, well, good. Everyone's here.
You got to refresh your dealio.
We'll have to push it.
Here we go, yo, yo, yo. You gotta hit that button. All right, we're catching up here.
Oh, everyone's sad. The LG Homestead said you didn't sing at the expo.
No singing at the expo.
What is the real story?
What is the
of
real
January
story? Why the volume's on?
Yeah. you can
Yeah,
tell-
what's it?
Molly.
Go lay down, please.
Molly's been driving a long time and she's stir crazy.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
I told her I'd take her on a really
lay down.
long walk when we're done today. So be patient.
The scam of January 6th. You know, I was watching today. I just caught a little bit of it because we're traveling, and I'll tell you what's going on. But I caught a little bit of Meet the Press today, and basically they had a Trump lawyer on there who was just kind of resigned from his post there, and he just made the whole thing out and just told you everything, basically, that it's all a jam up, it's all fake. And Chuck Todd kept trying to say, like, oh yeah, this is pretty good, right? He's like, no, never heard that. It was so good. I loved it. Oh, y'all, stay vigilant. But we're going to give you guys some hope from this weekend. We had some great stuff this weekend, and we're going to share it with you now. We're just waiting for more people to show up. If you hit the thumbs up, it'll help the AI push the video out to more subscribers so we can get more people in the room. And then that way we can all share the information together.
So I'll push the button at the same time.
Like community. So hit that thumbs up if you can. Oh my goodness.
There's Mimi. Hi,
Ashley
Mimi.
takes action.
Ashley was there this weekend.
Shut.
I talked to you,
Don't
Ashley.
Shh, don't tell everybody. But there's Ashley.
Because I told her I like that name.
She likes that name.
I like that. It's a good name.
And the fiddle. Riddle with the fiddle. Hello from Pennsylvania. Hello from Ohio. Joining y'all from Goshen, my piece of peace. Where my soil
There's
is alive.
Tennessee. Hit the like.
Yes, hit the like here. I'm going to hit mine.
Oh, I guess I should do mine too.
Yep, everybody do theirs.
Do it again.
Everyone do their part.
There, I did mine. I like it how it explodes when you do it.
It explodes like you did something cool.
Oh, we got Indiana.
Man, it's just going, baby, going. Milton was here. Aggressive Ministries. Diane McKenzie from New Hampshire.
There's
Thumbs up, Charles
Mystery
Perry.
from England, southeastern Colorado.
Hello from Seattle, old Becky. Man, Becky, I hope you're doing all right in Seattle.
Lady.
Are you? Is it sleepless in Seattle or hopeless in Seattle?
No, sleepless in Seattle.
All right. Hello from Michigan. Aloha. We got a transplant, sounds like. I want to go underground.
Florida Miracle 4.
You need the vitamin D.
Tampa, Mustang 915. I lived in Brandon,
California.
and
Glad to be here
for a
tonight.
while.
What's up, Stephen Carlson? I'm guaranteed to interrupt Stacy. She's guaranteed to interrupt me.
Yep.
Get over it or move on. Hello from Florida. I did my thumbs up. Good job, Sandra Lee. Look at me. I'm Sandra D. But she's Sandra Lee.
Oh, there's Aspen Glow.
Ho, ho, ho!
Jennifer's from Idaho. We got Amy in Florida. There's Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Sherry. I saw that.
What are they doing?
No, Sherry is from Big Cabin, Oklahoma. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, LG Homestead said pretty sure that we spoke to every person at the expo.
What?
LG Homestead said we're pretty sure that we spoke to every person at the homestead at the expo.
It was most who we did?
I think we might have talked to quite a few.
Oh my gosh, because we are the most excellent.
There's Sturgis, Michigan.
Sturgis, Michigan. Who ever heard of a place?
There's Sturgis, South Dakota.
Before we get going, too, don't forget we got our teas at the Missouri Tea Company. Oh, these are chocolate teas.
We don't
Hold
have
on.
the other one.
Not even one?
No,
you
we
got
sold them all.
Dang, the
But-
Rest and Digest tea is
we
in
are,
stock,
we
but
are
we don't have
drinking
it.
it. Like my face mug.
Oh,
is really
you
cute.
don't have a bag in there?
It doesn't have a label on it. No.
Well, we have our teas in stock in case you want to get some. Plus, Stacy's not done with her book, but we have other books there. It's offgridwithdougandstacy.com. I'll leave a link for you guys right now. When you guys buy stuff at our store, it really supports our channel.
Scotland's here.
And that way we can get around to these events and see you
Sarasota's
guys.
here. Yep.
Copy. And here we go. I'm dropping it in the links right now. Are you guys hitting the thumbs up? Please hit
So
the thumbs
honestly,
up.
I want to know. So
Hit
a
the
lot of
thumbs
people
up.
said they do the Rest and Digest tea, and when they drink it, they feel real relaxed and want to go to sleep.
Mhm.
I like to hear that because it makes
That's
me,
the
you
fact.
know, yeah. So I know, and if it tastes okay,
We're getting good feedback from people that actually have already bought it. It's a grandma's secret recipe. It helps you rest and digest. You can take it at bedtime, so it helps you sleep, and you also can help with
well, you can drink
digestion
it
of your food.
You can just drink it anytime you want
anytime you want.
to. Yeah, it's anytime kind of tea.
An herbal blend of,
Chamomile, spearmint, lemongrass, and ginger.
yes,
Organic.
our proprietary blend.
Yes.
All right.
There's Delaware. There's Chris and Tara. Hi, Chris and Tara. There's Diana. Hi, Diana.
Diana,
Where are you guys?
Where are you guys?
Where are you
Where
right
are
now?
you?
Where are you? We want to
It's
know.
like, where in the world is Diana?
Yeah. Where are you guys?
And how's your fake air conditioning setup going? I guess you don't need it. Are you doing all right with it? Okay, we're
There's
going to get
Vermont.
into what happened this weekend. We're going to explain to you guys what's going on with that. Man, there's just so much going on. We're trying to keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way in.
And you guys are really lucky we made it to the live show. We had to pull over, didn't we?
We actually are sitting in a parking lot.
Yes, we are.
And it's kind of warm in here, but we'll do it. We're on it because we love you guys. We're going to make it happen. Also, we have tickets available for the Homesteading Life Conference. We're going to get all this out of the way up front. Tickets for the Homesteading Life Conference in 60 days will be in Hannibal, Missouri, hanging out, doing the homestead thing. Live demonstrations, classes, knowledge being dropped just like this weekend. Giving you hope, right? Meeting like-minded people, which we're all going to go into here in 1 second, and tell you what a fabulous weekend we had. And then, so I'm dropping that link right now. There's only a few tickets left, so whatever happens, happens. Hopefully you guys can make that trip and see us there. Okay, so we'll get right into it. Only 8 minutes. I'm getting better at this stuff. This weekend we were in Oklahoma.
At
We had
the Okie Homestead Expo, right?
Well, I was going to hang them in there for a second longer. But yeah,
Sorry.
we met with 2,500, almost 3,000 plus like-minded people who are all ages, y'all. This is what we're going to talk about first, is the diverse crowd that understands that food, water, and shelter are super important, and we shouldn't co-opt it out as much as we have been. Okay? So Stacy and I are going to talk about some of the people that we met and some of the things that they were doing, so it could give you some ideas maybe on how you can get out of this 9-to-5 job and you can create a homestead life with income. Because some of y'all can't be YouTube famous or whatever. We understand that. So we always try to give you ways that you can handle it on the other side.
Yeah, we really met a lot of cool people and talked to a lot of people, and it's just amazing. A lot of these people, people are actually doing it. They jumped in with both feet, started businesses, home businesses where they
Yeah.
can stay home with their families, and some really cool businesses. I
Yeah.
mean, that a lot of you guys could
Let's
do
talk
too.
about the people. Let's talk about some of the people.
Yes, we want to talk
We're
about
gonna
the
talk
awesome
about,
people.
like, from 90 years old. I'm telling you guys, we love you guys. All the way down to, like, very young families.
Right.
Go ahead, tell some stories. Let's tell some stories about some of the people you met.
Oh boy! Oh my gosh! Okay.
That gave you hope.
Oh, I have a lot of hope. There was one woman and her daughter, and she lived in a trailer. She says just in a trailer park, and she did her whole homesteading thing there. She says, I'm going to do it no matter what. I don't care what anybody says. This is what I'm doing. So if you're watching, and I said, I just love the story. I got goosebumps. She was telling me all about it.
What did she have, actually? Did she have chickens even? Or did she just have growing food on her porch? And
She's doing everything that she could, yeah.
Right.
And I told her she should look into getting quail.
Oh, yes, quail.
Quail would be great because we have friends that are in Hawaii living in Waikiki and the little houses. They're very close to one another and they have everything there. They raise their quail.
I can't even believe it, man. It just happened. Somebody pulled up next to us, got out, and they have a mask on. I'm gonna fall over.
Are you serious?
Okay, keep talking.
Just get over here.
Keep talking.
About time. Oh my gosh.
Okay, keep
Oh
talking.
yeah, Marsha has quail and love them.
Yeah, you guys.
So,
hey,
quail because
check it out. If you guys have a HOA, but they don't specifically say fowl, but they say just chickens, you can squeak some quail in.
Well, no one would have no clue because they're in a little bitty cage. And the thing is, you could sell the eggs, you could sell the actual quail. I mean, it's wonderful. So that way you just have to eat a few more eggs. I know the first time I ever ate them, I thought it was so cool. They gave it the.
I can't get over it. Stop it. It's like 98 degrees outside.
It is.
Too.
It's really hot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. Okay, so I met.
Wait, I want to finish this.
Okay,
I was just gonna say, long time ago, the first time someone had given me a bunch of quail eggs. Pull down the blinds. He can't.
Yeah, I can't
stand to
stop
look at them. So they had given me a whole bunch of eggs, and I'm like, wow, I don't have to eat a lot of these, probably a dozen to equal one egg. And then they gave me a cigar, you know how you cut a cigar, because he said that was the best way that you can cut the eggs, because they're so little, when you crack them, you'd make a big mess. So it was very interesting. But they were really good. So a lot of you guys that don't have a lot of room, or you do have HOA requirements or anything, you guys could raise quail. So there's something else. All right, what were you going to say?
Oh man, the young families starting off, right? Like with 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4.
5, 6.
Yeah, I mean 7, 8, 10, 11, right? The diversity of the crowd, right? We have whatever kind of folks, right? Black folks, color folks, whatever. Y'all are a trip sometimes. They had us, white folks, Indian folks, Mexican folks, Chinese folks. We saw them all there, right? So there's all people. Don't believe in all this hype.
All makes and models of people.
That's right, man.
We're
From
all
all
there.
ages and
Everybody.
everything. Do not believe the hype on all this racial stuff and who does what when. It's all to stir you up, right? So just know that the whole homestead community is welcoming, okay? If you're on the other side and you have questions about that, or if you doubted that, very welcoming, very nice people everywhere you meet at the Homestead Expo in Oklahoma. We were in Pryor, Oklahoma. It's called the Okie Homestead Expo. We're supposed to be there next year, but keep an eye on getting tickets. Great bunch of people over there, tons of patriots, okay? And we just really had a great time.
Yes, we did. It was so much fun. Just talking to everyone. I love to hear the stories from everyone. And I love to hear what people have done. People literally, are jumping on the bandwagon. It's a good bandwagon, getting out of Dodge, and really doing it. And it's so inspiring to know that there's so much hope in our country, and there's so much hope in people, that they want to do the right thing and take care of themselves and do what's right. So it's
just, you guys, if you don't have a dream, you will have a nightmare. Boom. Okay? So guys, have a dream, right? And follow through and always pursue. We met the sweetest, I wish I could remember her name. She was there with her family. What was she, 80s, 90 maybe? How old was she, you think?
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking. I don't know.
Old gal at the end there.
Just talk.
It was just really great. She was an old gal. She said, I'm doing everything Stacy said. I'm growing some food. I'm doing my ferments. Remember?
Just keep going.
It was just very heartwarming. And then her family was there. They're kind of following her footsteps, and they brought her up there, and everyone was hugging and hanging out. And it was just all about community and good stuff. The Macs were there. If you see them on YouTube, Dutch, Keeping It Dutch on YouTube, actually hosted the event with Hidden Heights Homestead, wasn't it? Just great people everywhere. Arms Family Homestead was there. Tommy Alderman and all them guys were there. If you watch any of these people on YouTube, it was just a great bunch of patriots there trying to teach people how to move the needle, how to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, I mean, there was people, you raised buffalo, butchering, people were making bread. I did a fermenting workshop. And see, the thing is what I think is cool is you go and you learn some of these things. You come to these conferences or workshops and things that people are hosting, and then you can go and teach others, because all these things that we're doing now are really, they're like a lost art. We just lost them in a generation or two. And it's one of these things we need to start bringing it back. Right. So, and I think that's what's cool. And then now I'm starting to see people are learning this stuff, and then they're holding things at their churches. Yes. They're having it in their community centers. And then that way it just keeps growing and growing, and you're educating people. Because I even know in our community, we live out in rural area, and a lot of those people have no clue how to butcher chicken anymore. They're like, what? They don't know how to make bread. They all go to the store still, and a lot of them are wanting to learn still that we're out in rural America. So, this is something that we can just totally set the country on fire, guys,
Y'all, there were so many people there learning how to grow food. We're going to talk about some of the businesses that some of these folks came and taught about, like how they started their business and how they're, breaking away from the 9-to-5 garbage or the cubicle, right? So they can be outside and work with their family, y'all. I keep trying to stress, right, that all these Amish families and Mennonite families, they got to figure it out. None of them are working for the man collecting checks. They're all at home making home businesses and working for themselves.
And then, that it was so neat to see all these families with their kids, and then the kids will keep the business going. And, and it's just one of those things, how it used to be. And I love to see
exactly
that.
Right.
And then the other thing that I thought was so totally awesome, the amount of people that I saw that came with the grandkids, the kids, the moms, the dads, and the grandparents. And lots of them are living on the same property.
Yes.
And everyone's helping one another. See, I got goosebumps. I think it's so cool. See?
Yeah, come on, sizzle, sizzle. Because what happened, right? I'm sitting here thinking, my goodness, my family dragged some kind of wagon somewhere and died on the way and passed the torch, and there had to have been some property laying around, and we had to settle on something. And here we are all right now in 2020 and 2018 and 20 this and 19 this, and we don't have nothing. We're not passing on generational wealth. We're not passing on acres to grow food. I mean, come on. All we pass on is money, and man cannot live on bread alone. Man,
that song
very powerful.
By Luke Bryan, Buy Dirt.
But it's very powerful that man cannot live off of bread alone. That's why the universal basic income is bad news, right? You cannot live off bread alone. My people perish from a lack of knowledge. Come on. Okay, let's talk about one of the guys. One of the guys there, he was a bee guy. I wish I could remember his name, y'all. I met so many people.
I know our head is like full of people's names.
But this guy started, he wanted to do the bees, so he started doing the bees.
This is totally cool, you guys, because a lot of you can do it too. Listen.
See, she interrupted me. Did you see that? Okay, so he started doing the bees, and then somebody called up and said, man, I want to do the bees. And he said, well, that's great. And so he, said, this is what it is, how much it is, blah, 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 blah. And they said, well, I like the bees, but I don't really want to do the bees. So then he says, okay, well, I'll bring you all the equipment. You pay for all the equipment. I'll babysit your bees for free. And then at the end of the year, I'll cap them off, put them away, and you just buy your honey from me. I get the honey, and then you just buy your honey from me, because I babysat your bees. Boom, they do it. He has 800 hives. Now, that's on the private residences. He has a bunch of those. But then he's going to businesses. Oh, I love this part. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you're almost my hero. And he's telling the guys, at the businesses, they can get their carbon credits if they keep bees on the property. or they're telling him, vice versa, whatever. So now he's got all these businesses signing up because this ESG stuff's not going away. I know you guys are upset about this rainbow stuff, but it's not going nowhere. And ESG is going to keep smoking down the road, because when I do these videos this week about the BlackRock and Vanguard and how they probably own the fillings in your teeth and you don't even know it. So it's going to get ridiculous, okay? Because they're using the strong arm of corporatism, which we've been warned out, before from history and everything. So, he's basically making money off of babysitting bees, selling the honey to the person who has the bees. Then he sells the equipment. Now he's going to do nukes. He collects swarms, just on and on. So that is a great thing. He was going to, hold on to them and take them to the almond farm. And remember, we talked about how bad that is, how they transport bees, and it's so bad for them to go, pollinate these almond farms so you can have almond milk. What a scam if you're a vegan and you think almond milk is great. It's not. They cage and kill bees to get you it. So it's not as great as you thought it was. But then this was a great alternative, so he quit doing it. So that was awesome. So, that was just one. Maybe
he's like a bee caretaker.
Oh, big time.
You go yes. Take care of rental properties and stuff, and that's what it is. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's ingenious.
It was so good.
It was totally cool. And the other guy, I didn't get to talk to him though. It was the donkey guy.
Oh my God! Yeah, you didn't get to talk to him because I just told her on the way home. She was like, "What?
What?
Did you guys know they milk? What was the name of his place?
Dolce de Donkey.
Dolce de Donkey. I don't have a link for you, but you can Google it.
So
Dolce de Donkey.
Donkey.
Now, you don't know nothing. I'll tell you.
Okay, I know you don't, but I looked it up and I'm like all over it.
So I'm standing there talking to this feller. I wish I could recall his name. But we were talking, and he starts going on about how they, left the city or whatever. They're country folks, I think, already. But they started doing milking donkeys. And I was like, hold on, that's a thing? And he goes, yeah, we're milking donkeys, and it's so good for you. Like, there's
it's
many
really
studies.
Nutrient rich. It really absorbs into the skin because there's like lotions you can do. And I mean, I was like, oh, this is just totally cool.
We talked about how the Amish don't do donkeys and they don't do mules. And then he was on about how they milk these donkeys and they make soap and creams and all this stuff.
So the soap is really good. So yeah, they do. It just absorbs in your skin. It helps to moisturize it. It helps like with hydration and makes you look youthful.
It was so cool. And so then he's like telling me, and I learned stuff like if you guys go to the events, you learn so much stuff that opens your mind. Open your mind, and the rest will follow.
Yeah, and then
that was in vogue. Remember?
Then that one thing, people that can't afford it, they give the milk to children in need that can't afford the milk too.
We all do. If all of us, right, should all do some philanthropy on some kind of level. Okay, so he's on and on about. So then I learned that they can only milk the foal or whatever it is. It's like a horse, I guess, to 8 months old, and then they have to stop. So he's got like a
bunch of donkeys.
20 something I think right now, but they want to get up to like 80 and then a couple hundred, and they have like a couple hundred acres too. So what a story that was too. Donkey milk. They're milking donkeys, y'all. There's so many ways you can break free. So many ways you can break free.
No, totally. It was really cool to see.
And then not even to tell you guys about all the vendors there. One gal was making you remember the old sticks you used to ride with the horse on the top, when we were kids? She's still making those handmade
with different cloths.
What do they call them? I forget what they call them with the stick.
The riding stick horse.
Yeah, the stick horse. That's right. Yeah. She was there, a cottage industry, right? We had a fellow there making candy. They make it right at home.
Oh, what I really, yeah. Oh, it was freeze-dried candy. And then the one thing they had they had beeswax candles and stuff, but they had lollipops.
Yeah.
They made lollipops like you could. I thought that was
Barefoot
cool.
Microgreens was there. Man, you guys, I don't know if you've checked this out, but if you can't grow food, go to barefootmicrogreens.com. She has a kit put together for y'all, and it has the seeds in it, the dirt even, some trays and directions and internet stuff to guide you through it. And she was there, man, so well received. A lot of people were getting her kits. A lot of people that live in apartments, just starting gardening, or want to get more nutrition on the road. If you're an over the road trucker, you could do microgreens right on your dashboard, y'all.
Totally. I mean, if you're driving or going on a road trip, you just could set them. You can take them anywhere with you. It's like the best thing. You can do them all year round. You could do it if you don't have a garden. You could do it in the middle of winter. You can do it anywhere. Driving in your car.
It's really good, and you get 100 times the nutrition.
10 to 100.
100 times the nutrition. Okay, I'm telling y'all, that is the bomb diggity. And guess who's here?
Who?
It's Donna from Sweet Home Alabama. Lord, I'm coming home to you.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look, Boston. Yeah, Boston Rocks. Carmen bought one. She got one of her kits.
Yep. Carmen was there.
Yep, Carmen was there. She's an OG Homestead homie. We saw a lot of you guys that come to our stuff. Diana was there, brought her kids, and then they're off to South Dakota after that. Good stuff, man. So this is what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, getting to events, okay? Definitely the ones we go to. Because the ones we go to is like the good place. If you don't see Doug and Stacy, there might be a reason, okay? So see if you, can follow where Doug and Stacy are, and then that's a good stuff, okay? Your first fermentation, sauerkraut stopped at 7 days and went dry. Ooh, that's different.
So sometimes what happens...
There's plenty of water when I packed it in.
Yeah, sometimes it sucks it up. So don't be afraid with your ferments, guys, especially sauerkraut. If it gets dry like that, you could add more water to it. Don't add tap water, city water. Make sure you use your filter water. And then you could put like a nice pinch of little salt in there and stir it up and just pour it over to the top.
For heaven's sakes,
Okay.
y'all, get your kids out of public school. Seriously. Even if you guys have to eat beans and rice, okay? And stop drinking tap water. Those are two things you can do to immediately help your shalom. All right.
Oh, Nancy said donkey milk is superb for kids with allergies.
It is. It's so, I was like... And when I told Stacy on the way home, because she didn't get to meet the fella, she was like, what?
The Macs are here.
I was like, check it out. Max in the house. It was good. It was great to meet you and your family, and to hang out with all y'all. I appreciate y'all inviting us, and really do appreciate it. We had a great time.
Bart wants to know if you milk chickens.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling y'all, it was something else. Donkey milk. They were milking donkeys.
Have you guys heard of that before? I know some of you have, but
up
really.
to 8 months old. You could. What's it called, dude?
Dolce de Donkey.
Dolce de Donkey. So, they're not always in stock. So get your name on their list. Maybe leave them an email
They
saying
have
you
a
heard it
new,
from us.
okay, so here's the thing. Don't do it because I'm going to try it. They have a, I don't want all of you to do it because I need to get on the list.
Yeah, she needs to order it
In
first.
August.
I told you to order it already.
In August.
No, it's not September.
No, it said August.
No, it's
They have this cream. It's for your face. It's a face cream with frankincense and the donkey.
So it's all natural and it's supposed to help pop out the
It's
wrinkles.
really good for your face.
So Stacy's
Next
all
time
over
you see
it.
me
But don't
in
you go
August,
pre-order the
I'll look
stuff
like I'm 20.
I'm gonna have to call him directly. He's gonna have to bump some orders.
So
You guys aren't hitting the likes button. I see. Hit the likes button, y'all. Help us out. Aren't we fun to hang out with? Give us some likes. Oh my goodness. Will you be in Washington? I'm trying to. We're trying to get around. We got our conference coming up. We're going to do a fall conference as well. Next year, we're going to do a spring one, fall one, and this one in August. So we're going to have 3. We want to try to get this information out as fast as we can, y'all. We do believe the time is of the essence.
So here's Jamie from Mimi's Cottage. They have home remedies and loose leaf teas, and she was there too. So you know what you guys, there's so much you can do with these. Then there was one wonderful family, Tessa. She was doing stones and jewelry and sprays and all this kind of stuff. So there's like so much you guys can do.
Sage.
Yeah. I mean, I love it.
Or what was it? Natural, nice. She had natural Lysol.
Yes, that's right.
It was good stuff. No Eeyore milk. What does that mean?
Eeyore the donkey from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, come on.
Doug.
With the crying face they put on. Well, they tricked me with that craziness.
You don't know Eeyore the
All right,
donkey?
so if you guys want to go to a conference coming up that Stacy and I host, it's Homesteading Life Conference. I'm dropping the links for you guys. We have only a few tickets left. I actually opened up more tickets. We're going to pack you guys in like sardines, so don't complain when you're there. And we just want you guys to get this information. We're going to have live hands-on classes, all included with your ticket. We're going to be talking to you guys. We're hands-on the whole time. Stacy and I are going to be running this whole thing up. David the Good will be there speaking on gardening. His brother will be there speaking on butchering.
Zach from
An American Homestead will be there. We have just a great lineup. We have such great people that help us out with this conference.
And Linda Stritzel, she's gonna be talking about gardening. A lot of for people that are starting to garden, what to do. We have Redmond is going to be there talking about the garden
a blacksmith,
and animals.
Some hand-hewn log guys will be there doing some logging and hand-hewn stuff.
I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff, and then we have our naturopath Connie. She's gonna be talking a lot of stuff about health. We're gonna do a lot of things. I'm teaching about tinctures and all these we're
gonna process rabbits live, hands-on.
Chickens and rabbits.
With Acres Homestead. What is it?
Yep. Jeremy
Chambers with.
Oh my gosh, you're asking me too many.
Homestead.
You're asking me too many questions.
Jeremy Chambers.
I know it's Jeremy. Jeremy, if you're watching, let us know.
Come on, Jeremy, come on.
We're having a brain.
I know it's Acres something Homestead on YouTube, and they do a great job, man. He's a great teacher with his family. They all come down. We have a great time. Any idea for finding some property, please? Oh, if you did not know, property is one of the only things I recommend being in debt for, right? Buy dirt, because it goes up in property and they're not going to make any more dirt. Did you guys know that the USDA right now is running 0% interest loans on rural land?
Ooh.
Look into that. It even spanks, what's that stuff you get? First-time home buyer stuff, right? Fannie Mae and all them. What's it called? Somebody drop it in the comments. I know you guys know it. It even beats their stuff, right? The first-time buyer stuff. So you guys can go to the, if you want to get involved with that stuff, you can go there, right? The USDA is financing rural land loans with 0% down. Boom! So get it while it's hot. Man, I'm dropping nuggets here today. All within 30 minutes of the show. Yeshua.
So there's Lewis from North Carolina.
All right, let's keep reading some stuff now. We're done with the who's from where.
I know, I'm just trying to find. I'm way back.
Can you put a link to the donkey page? No, I can't. It's going a million miles an hour. I can't open up anything else. It's just look up, donkey soap or Dolce donkeys.
It's DULCA and then DE donkey.
Donkey. And then she just looked it up by typing in donkey milk or donkey milk soap or something.
And I found
You'll find the name. It's a very
They're from
good
Oklahoma.
Name. Oklahoma, and really nice folks. All these folks were really nice folks. The homesteading crowd, off-grid crowd.
And if you want to learn a lot more, the Weston Price.
The real ones, anyway. There's some phonies, pulling your leg on there.
The Weston A. Price Foundation is having their annual meeting.
Yes.
October 20th.
Yes.
In Kansas City.
And we'll be
Missouri.
there. And we'll be there. We're speaking at the Weston A. Price Foundation.
Yes, that's
annual meeting.
In Kansas
City.
October.
And you have to find the link on your own because I don't have that one either, but we'll give you more updates later.
Kansas City,
if you want to get ahead of the rush and possibly sold out show, then go find it on your own, right? A good leader only tells you where to look, not what to see.
Man, you're just like...
I'm on fire tonight, baby.
Because
I love you. Give me kisses. That wasn't a very good kiss.
I let him sniff a little rosemary before we started to keep his brain
I'm
working.
fired up. August 6th and 7th. It's always our Hannibal, Missouri show is always the first Sunday and Monday in August. Always. No matter what those days are, it's always the first Sunday and Monday in August. And I think we're going to keep that tradition alive, y'all. We're on 7 years, never missing a show, even during COVID when everyone was flipping out and we knew better. Because we walk in faith around here, y'all.
Oh, Elsie wants to know how many recipes in my fermenting book. 101.
And over 100 in her
and my cookbook too.
Yes.
And I'm going to get that many for my home remedy book too. Probably
Do you have a shampoo recipe? No, she uses the 100-year-old shampoo.
Yeah, I like a shampoo bar. I get the J.R. Leggett. That's what that is. But there's lots of other good shampoo bars that are made, with hemp oil, coconut oil, and they're all made really good goat's milk. So you can find other shampoo bars. There's a lot of people, and I just like to use a shampoo bar, and then I use apple cider vinegar. Diluted with some water, and then that's what I use for my hair rinse.
And y'all, Gary and Marge even slipped in on us. They came on Friday down there at the Okie Homestead Expo, And they spent the whole day with us hanging out. Now they're on their way to see their son in Arizona. So that was really cool too, man. I mean, we just love all y'all. We love hugging your necks and hearing your stories. That's the best part. All types of people. It was so awesome, man. And some of y'all were trying to like, well, I'm gonna tell you some stuff, man. I'm gonna see how if you know about this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I know about that. And they were like, oh, Doug. I was like, don't let the clothes fool you.
Yeah, and the thing is what I think is really neat is the amount of people who aren't afraid to do it. You know, when you get to a certain age, it's like, I can't do that. I mean, there's people going off in their 60s, 70s, saying, hey, we're going to do it. We just sold everything. We're moving from the city and we're going out and doing it now. So people are going and doing it. And the thing is you just got to do what you can do and don't do too much. You know, and let's say you're not going to move and get property. Just start getting, doing your
microgreens,
things.
barefootmicrogreens.com. It's a whole kit. It comes, you can put it right on your counter and grow food that gives you 100 times the nutrition if you worked your butt off in your garden the whole year. You can do it right on your counter. What's the turnaround on those things? A week?
Yeah, it depends. Like 10 days.
10 days?
Weeks, yeah. And it depends on how big you want them to get, but yeah.
And she traveled with them, brought them in the tray, took them home, and they still look just great.
They're great. Oh,
clip, 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 snip, 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 and you got food.
And then the cool thing is when they're done, you can dump the tray out and let your chickens or whatever, they can eat it all from the bottom part. So it's good stuff. There's Fowler Family Farm.
Fowler Family
Love
Farms.
job, you guys. That's awesome. Good help at the fermenting workshop
yes,
too. And your husband was awesome.
Much. Yes.
Yep.
Even though he is at the airport.
I missed something on that one. Okay.
She knows. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. We do have a great time with you guys.
Okay, Walker Farm family. My feet are killing me, and I was wearing good shoes every day. How does Doug wear Crocs all day?
Because that meant what makes your feet spread out, right? My feet spread out, and a lot of times I was taking my shoes off, but they had new asphalt around there, so I wasn't walking on that stuff.
So it's really important, guys. If you're gonna wear shoes, make sure you're able to do this with your toes. You want your toes to spread out. So there's a lot of good.
Telling you.
So you want a lot of good shoes.
I could pinch her nose with my toes.
Oh, yeah. So you want a good shoe. Like, I really like the shoes called Zero Shoes, but it's spelled Xero. And you got boots, you got sandals, you got tennis shoes, just walking shoes or whatever. And they have a very wide toe box.
Yeah.
Because our toes are not meant to be doing this.
And they know that, and they're squeezing your feet in there, so you have all kinds of problems, and you have to go to the doctor.
It started way back,
but
English,
it's all part of it.
Where so you look pretty, have pointy little toes.
You
don't want pointy toes.
Cooper, it's microgreens, and it's barefootmicrogreens.com. Okay, and that the kit is there, and you want one, I promise you. And we don't make a dime off of it, I don't think, do we? So
you know what?
It doesn't even matter. Just go get one.
If you put a code off grid, you will.
You can save money.
You get you get 10%.
Yeah, put it off grid, you get a discount.
Yeah, if you do 10. Yeah, you forgot.
We just love them. They got kids, and they're really doing the thing. And he's so close, he's going to retire and just stop, and they're going to focus on the microgreen. So that's the thing. They're selling to restaurants, making kits.
And that's what she did. She was working 5 days a week. Then she went down to like 3. She just went ahead to no days a week. She's homeschooling her kids now. I mean, it's just one of those things. You walk in faith, you work hard, and you can do it. All right. Okay, someone asked if I still use blackstrap molasses in my hair. I never used it in my hair. When blackstrap molasses is for you to take internally. And I've had many people do it. I don't do it all the time because I used to do it. I kind of did experiments. I love the way it tastes. But if you would have a spoonful like on your toaster every day, it would help put the minerals back into your hair. So, and your hair would probably not get so gray.
All right.
But I kind of like the gray, so I'm letting it kind of go.
M. Holman, I'm just going to spit some truth right to your face so you can hear it loud and clear. There's over 200 peer-reviewed studies after the COVID lie, okay, that tell you that wearing a mask was absolutely useless. All right? Now, you need to hear this truth. 200 peer-reviewed studies, you can go look it for yourself, Masks are useless, and they actually cause you problems, and they know this, not only physically with your respiratory system, but mentally. All right, so don't fall for the lies. Okay, I just got to spit that truth, and you need to hear it, and somebody else needs to hear it. Over 200 peer-reviewed studies.
And there's a lot of stuff from wearing a mask, what it can do, causing like yeast in your mouth, causing acne, causing, your breathing, your waste over and over. You're supposed, when you exhale, you're getting rid of that stuff. It's just not healthy for you.
So I'm just trying to keep it real with you.
Where the road goes says, we have been watching you guys for years. We sold our house and bought some land, living off grid for 1 year now. We got hit by a tornado last July, leveled our property.
Wow. That hurts.
Yeah. But you guys are resilient and you can do it.
That's right, because that's how we roll.
You walk in faith.
If you don't have grit in you, y'all, if you don't have grit, don't get off grid. Don't go homesteading.
What did we see that they were?
They said you're covered in grit.
Oh, Beverly Hillbillies.
I told y'all we watched them old shows. The Beverly Hillbillies. They were talking about some grit, and she said, "I'm covered in grit." I love it.
Yeah, because he said you need some grit, and she says I'm covered in grit.
You got that right. And don't forget, your government loves you to death.
Yeah, someone at the conference grabbed my hands and they look at my nails and
they were giving her the nail test.
Do you have farmer's manicure? And I said I sure do.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good one. When you guys go to these events, look at their fingers.
Look at their fingernails. Do you have a little dirt underneath?
Is there some calluses? Do they got some
bruises?
bruises?
Yeah.
Do they look dirty a little bit? All right. But those Macs, they clean up pretty good, though. I don't know. Listen.
Gray Fox is a massage therapist and works from home. That's awesome. See, all that stuff, there's so much you can do. Then I talked to somebody else who went into the city and she did hair. And I told her, I said, you know what? You could, in the country, because where we live, now I know there's a lot of the ladies who don't have a salon or they don't want to work in the salon as much and they want to stay at home more. So they're just having the people come to their houses and you could do stuff like that.
It's barefoot. Barefoot microgreens. Barefoot microgreens. And y'all, there was even a gal there who made a living trimming toenails and stuff of old folks. Like, I don't, if that's your thing, but she works for herself, right? And she has her own schedule and can do what she wants when she wants.
I mean, look at that.
There's so much ways you can make
older
money.
Folks can. It's hard.
And then she gets to visit with them, and they talk for a while. She's like the friend, she stops in. So much.
Yep. I mean, just think outside the box, guys.
Thanks, Chris and Tara, for posting that little bit of information there. We really appreciate you guys. And Gary was wearing your shirt. He wore it around the whole expo the whole time. Let me tell you a story about a man named Doug who got a big glass water jug.
Are you getting it?
He drinks his salted, and it's called Soleil. I got some more, but I'm too tired to say. All right, I work for myself. I started our cleaning business. You can detail cars. Everybody in the country needs their car detailed. There's so much gravel road, so much dust. They pay the money for it. You can cut grass and live in the country. Is there a thumbs up for all this information? Give me some thumbs up for all this good. There's hope out here, y'all. You do not have to stay slave to the system. You do not have to collect a weekly check and get taxed out of your eyeballs. You need to start a business and write everything off and send nothing to DC or to your state government. And it's all legit, 100%. 100%. All right. That's why they don't teach you about money. They want you dumb, poor, or dead, or all the above, and then you die. These are just facts. Lady at the grocery store, she was wearing a mask and she said she had low immunity. I said the mask is not helping. I know. But even Mark Twain said it's easier to be fooled than it is to know or be told that you have been fooled. So we just have to pray for all those folks and just keep showing them our numbers of not wearing them and not caving for any more nonsense. They've moved on now it's climate change. Okay, so that's the next thing. I got some videos this week coming up about how they're treating our farms and stuff and how they're going to come after you. They're already putting the pipe words out there, I'm going to tell you. How to get rid of ants in the house. That's Stacy's forte.
You can do the diatomaceous earth. You can get some of that, put it in your windowsills or where they are. Or ants don't like peppermint oil either. I'll get like little cotton balls and put peppermint oil, like if it's on your counter or whatever, and it usually works really good.
Audiology Providers PC's been with us for 4 years. OG Homestead Homie.
And yeah, we had some people that have been with us from the beginning, like from the very first video I talked to. So that's a long time.
Y'all are amazing. You just come up to
You know, we're going to be living off grid in July. It'll be 15 years.
15 years. That's almost like half of our life and over half of our marriage. We've lived more off grid than we have on grid since we've been married.
Any tips?
And we would have never seen that. If you would have rewind the clock and you would say that to us, we would think, no.
So come on, homesteading says, any tips on fighting flies in your house? I'm telling you, the best thing that you can do is get those fly strips that hang, the sticky ones that you plug in somewhere, you know, with a thumbtack. Those are great. The only thing I don't like is when they get stuck on there and you hear bzz, bzz, until they die. But those are the best for your house.
When they get cut in your hair, tell them all your hair
stories.
No.
Oh, you guys want a story? So a long time ago, this was a long time ago. They have those the big traps that you can hang up like in the barns, and you have to put that stinky stuff. It's like it's natural.
Remember those bags? Yeah, it was a bag.
It's stinky. It was a bag. This wasn't a bag.
Yeah, it's a plasticky bag, and you put the stuff in there, and it breaks up, and
okay.
And then you swing it there, and they all go in there, and they get.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, but this was
it.
So what happened was
it was nasty.
It was in our chicken coop. And I didn't realize it was there. It was kind of dark or something. And then I banged into it and it all leaked down my hair. And it smells so bad because it'll attract, you know, anything. And I could not get the smell out of my hair. I had to wash my hair. It took over a week to get the smell out of it. It was so disgusting. So only thing I use is those sticky things now.
Hey, the HOUKREATIV, Who Creations, they made the stick horses, and they're in the chat room right now. So if you guys click on their thing, and maybe they have a YouTube channel and all that stuff, you can check them out. It just builds a darling little things for your grandkids or something. That, you know, that's that old school fun stuff. Get them outside. They were really cute. Get them on some vitamin D.
HOUK.
Creative. It's HOUK, but the K is like C. Creative.
Yes.
Just and nice people. Sorry you had to go listening to my thing there. But just real nice people. You know what I'm talking about. It's a penny, I think, not a dime. Estelle. Hobby horses.
Yeah, they call them that stick horses, hobby horses, right.
Help me, my broccoli sprouts are doing great, but my zesty sprouts are soggy.
You got to be careful. You don't want to squirt them too much. So they might have got too wet. That's the big thing. You do not want to let your sprouts get or your microgreens get too wet.
Where are we buying diatomaceous earth these days? Feed store?
I buy it in 50-pound bags at the feed store. Yeah. It's you can actually, there's diatomaceous earth. You can get it like at, you might even get it at Walmart now. Or
food
even
grade.
Yeah, the food grade diatomaceous earth, because they also use diatomaceous earth in the swimming pools, I think. You just want the food grade. You can get it, they use it in the garden, so you can get it at like places like that, but it's definitely worth it because it's very useful. I'll also mix it in for the sheep because it's kind of a natural wormer. But you don't want to, if they already have worms, it's not going to get rid of the worms. It's just to help prevent the worms.
So we started, this conversation right off when we started, because y'all don't like to be watching the video too long, but we're explaining to you guys that this weekend we were at the Okie Homesteading Expo in Pryor, Oklahoma, with almost 3,000 of the coolest people, like-minded people. We were hugging necks, sharing stories, and getting inspiration and hope, right? Because there's so many people out there of all colors and creeds and ages. Don't believe the hype, right? They want us divided, and we're not. We are the majority. And these people were there sharing information. We were telling our story, sharing information, talking to y'all, and it was just a very positive event. And there's people I mean, 80-year-olds and 70-year-olds and 60-year-olds selling their houses and going for it. We had Mr. Carter there. He's like a professional boxer, right? Dominique Carter. You guys can look him up on YouTube. Him and his beautiful wife were there. They live in New Orleans. I remembered his name.
She wrote a cookbook, and it was like a Creole Italian.
Creole.
She said they're
Yeah,
Italian.
she's Italian,
cookbook.
right?
Yes, that was cool.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
he had the dark hair. Hey, he totally talking Italian and stuff. It was good. It's great people. Just great. The Redmond folks were there, of course. They always support our work, and they support the homestead community. Man, I could just
and the Redmonds also in the Redmond agriculture, they're coming out with a sheep supplement. Yeah, like a sheep. So I'm looking forward to that too. And then actually, and I had to get updated on my on a rope, the salt on a rope.
Just don't drop
animals. Yeah, that's wonderful. I like that for the horses.
So y'all, we're just trying to let you guys know that you're not alone. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're not alone. That burning feeling that you have inside your gut that's telling you that you should sell everything and go find some land, start growing some property. Maybe if you're in an apartment, maybe you can use a USD loan and get something you can afford that's at 0%. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe you can start doing microgreens and start eating better, even if you have to rely on the store. You can start growing microgreens yourself and then getting the best food at the store you can, because trust me, if you think you have to buy budget food at the store, you're paying for it on the other end. Your health is paying for it. You're going to the doctor, you're taking these pills, and it's not right. This is not God's design. God's design is for us to be healthy. I did not see any doctors and surgery places in my Bible. I don't see that. I don't see transgender clinics. I don't see abortion clinics. I don't see any of that stuff in my Bible. So let's keep it real. Okay, Moses was over 100 years old running up and down the mountain. Be like Moses.
And then Lisa says, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Thomas Jefferson.
And the most capable hand is at the end of your wrist. 5,000 people in the house, 4,000 thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, and it's for free. So if you can't do anything like purchase the chocolate tea from our offgridwithdougandstacy.com site or MissouriTeaCompany.com, we have the Rest and Digest and the chocolate tea and our cookbooks and our tea strainers and all that cool stuff. The first 7 steps to living off grid booklet is already there waiting for you. Only $15. Small little pocket booklet you can carry around, and it'll save you thousands. It's good stuff, man. Love it.
Tenderly Made from Orange County, New York. It's City Girl looking to become country. That would be a good t-shirt.
My first garden harvested some lettuce. Way to go, Helen.
Isn't that a great feeling?
I love it.
Yep. It is totally cool.
I bought the soap. There's only one kind available now. They're getting the donkey soap already.
Oh, that was the one that was like the eucalyptus or tea tree? Yeah, there was one left. Yeah. Yeah, then you have to wait because they only have so much, and then you have to wait.
Seriously, y'all. I mean, if the Weston A. Price Foundation website, if you go there, we told you for $40 you can sign up. They actually send you a whole digest of good stores to go to, what good foods to buy. It's a whole book, like a whole digest book, and it tells you all the stuff. No matter what state you're in, it's got them all the states, North America only. So much information on the food that you eat. Weston A. Price, if you guys are not familiar with this, he was an old day doctor back in the day.
They want to see my mug.
And here, don't move. So he was an old school doctor back in the day. And he went around to the indigenous communities, right? And he wanted to know why people were healthy, not why people were sick. And so he's doing a study. He's checking jaw lines, teeth, bones, density, feet, hands, wrist, everything, right? And he found out that as soon as the Western diet was introduced, they went to, and their teeth went bad, their jaws thinned out, they got overweight. What were we listening to today, too, about the wheat? You remember? She was talking about the einkorn.
Yeah.
What year was it? In the 30s? Everything seems to click at around the 30s, y'all, if you're doing your homework here.
Well, no, the 50s. The
30s, 40s, and 50s.
It was hybridized. It was Emma.
Yes.
Emma wheat.
Emma wheat was the hybridization, and that's when we started showing signs of bad bodies. And then they one more time hybridized it.
90s.
And then that's when we really started showing a lot of signs of obesity,
Because
heart
you
issues.
have to have like an iron gut to be able to digest the hybridized wheats. That's why these more ancient grains, like I really like the einkorn wheat.
Einkorn is an ancient wheat. It has not been hybridized.
No, it's in its original form.
Original
and it's
form.
Easier. It doesn't go into the it doesn't raise your glycemic index as bad, and your body can recognize it better and digest it better.
Man, y'all, we do not miss a beat. We're on the road. We stop and pull over for you guys. You guys have to be dedicated, right? Stay disciplined, and your dreams will come true. Doing bees and honey is this year. Now, right on. Way to go, Karen. Don't be afraid. You can do it. And even if you just want to have one hive, that's plenty. It's totally plenty. And some of y'all, if you want to have a hive and not even touch it, you just want to provide a home, you can totally do that too. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, y'all. What book did Doug say? I don't even know what book was.
You were talking about, your book, the Off-Grid book?
The Off-Grid booklet at offgridwithdougandstacy.com. I'll leave a general store link for you guys. Another good book for you guys to read is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So you guys got to start learning about this money and get it to work for you. This fiat.
Oh, go and get over there to the right on the floor. There's a bag. It's the soaps. I want to talk about that real quick.
What soaps?
The soaps that I got.
Okay.
So then there's also a woman there who she was in law enforcement. She was a police officer and got shot in the line of duty, and she wasn't able to do anything for a long time. So then out of that, so she...
And thank you for your service.
Yes. So it's Craig's Creative Soaps.
Craig's Creative Soaps. Yeah.
There's another one.
If you guys want to get some good organic soaps, super cool people, nice family. Man, we're just plugging everybody. You know why? Because we love y'all. And we want rising tides raise all ships.
We want to support one another.
There's no reason for us to walk around cutting on each other's throats and treating each other bad. We can all raise each other up, right? There's no reason why Doug and Stacy shouldn't be at certain events. We're here to help everybody.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we are shipping to Canada, but some places I can't get the USPS. You know, we use the United States Postal Service. Doesn't go there. So type it in, see what's going on. I have fixed it a little bit, so if you tried earlier, it might work now. And then I'll keep trying the more I can, and I will do it the best I can. And y'all, we run the Missouri Tea Company. That's our baby that we built, okay? So you will always get 100% customer satisfaction. Pretty soon we'll have a little Google thing where you can leave reviews. And we want a 5-star rating. I work my butt off to make sure you guys get your stuff fast and furious, and that it's packaged properly and everything's handled with care.
Oh, Valerie's having garlic honey on the go and has been about 7 weeks now, and continual kombucha. Go, Valerie. Yeah, we did in my class, we did the honey fermented garlic, and I was talking about you can do honey fermented ginger if you guys are already doing the garlic. So let's say you have someone that's pregnant that might be having, nausea or something. That might be something you might want, or if you have an upset tummy or whatever. Ginger's great anti-inflammatory. You can do that too, and start doing your honey fermented garlic. Let's say you already used it and you're running out. Don't forget to do it again, because it's going to take a few months for you guys so it can get good again. You can use it after a month after you do it. It's not going to be at its most medicinal, but when it gets to 4 to 6 months, it's going to get a lot better, and then it can go longer and longer, and we'll be fine. And don't put it in the refrigerator. Just keep it in your pantry at room temperature.
And we were talking to some gals and men who were a little bit older. Maybe they were alone and they were wondering if they could do this do this themselves. And my suggestion was yes, and that you just bite off what you can chew. Okay, so you just maybe do a very small little garden with a couple of beds. You're only feeding yourself, and then maybe you have 3 or 4 chickens. You're only eating eggs for yourself. And you know what I mean? Like, you do this very small little setup, and it's so easy to manage. And y'all, I'm just on another spiritual level, right? Working with animals and being with the animals is shalom. Okay, we're meant to be connected to the earth, and we're meant to be connected to the animals. And you can't be connected to them when you're not around them and you're surrounded by concrete, right? So these are things, these are connections that have been stolen from us, so we cannot make the proper spiritual connections, so that we cannot unleash our full power. Okay? Generational stuff going on here. We're trying to break that. Okay?
Sherry's 73, a recent widow, and she's starting.
Go for
Sherry.
it.
Yep, that's what you got to do. Don't ever stop. Kim S. says, what do you think of all this castor oil healing? I think it's awesome. So do your research on castor oil. Castor oil, I love it. I use it to take my eye makeup off. It helps for your hair to grow. So it helps with your eyelashes and that's what I do. But always, a lot of this stuff, if I talk about it, do your research on it, and also do like a little test area so you don't have any allergies to it. And then I learned that, and I've been doing it, I just had this feeling, you know how you get this intuition, that it was just good for my eyes, because I know how good castor oil and doing the castor oil packs are for different things that you have, different ailments and things. Found out that it's good for cataracts. So or not getting cataracts. So when I do it, I take my eye makeup off, then it's kind of still on there, and so I'm thinking, and then I found out, I'm like, cool. But do your research. Remember, we're not doctors or anything. I just want you to do your research on these things. I'm not telling you, this is just what I do. And then castor oil packs. I had a friend of mine who, she's a younger girl, and she had her ovarian cysts were just terrible, and they were getting really bad, and they wanted to know what to do, and I gave her some suggestions and about a castor oil pack. Even girls who might have bad cramps, they could also help, and it seemed to help her. And just look up castor oil packs and benefits and all that, and you can see. But I'm a believer,
big time.
So yes.
And Janet just had her first baby chicks hatch.
That's exciting.
Cheep.
I have so many chicks everywhere, and the cool thing is when you have your chickens out in nature, not like where you have
caged
them
up.
Where they're caged up, and you just look at them, and they're sitting on a bunch of eggs, and they're broody, and they're in a safe place where other chickens aren't going to bother them. They found a good hiding place, or they're not going to get eaten. It's wonderful. And then all of a sudden you go there and you hear the little cheep, and they're walking around. I have 3 other hens in great places, hiding away from all the other ones. So hopefully I'll get a lot of naturally born chicks. So far I only have 2 with my dual parenting mamas running around with the little babies. And they're so cute now. They're up on the roofs, the little babies are now. And so it looks like I'll be having some other babies.
And if you guys haven't checked out Chris and Tara's homestead, go check them out too. They're on YouTube. She's a moderator in here tonight hanging out with us. And they make some good content over there. I think they just even talked about the sun oven. They do fermenting and the whole thing. And they're just doing the thing. We're just encouraging y'all.
And if you guys are coming to the Homesteading Life Conference, you can meet
Chris and Tara and us and David the Good and his brother and Jeremy. Just so many people.
And Elaine wants to know what to do for shingles. For the pain, you know what? You might even want to try the bentonite clay, because it does help with pain. So that might be something you might want to try, because I think for a lot of people, the pain is what's really bad. Yep, everyone's doing it.
A lot of y'all got the sun oven. That was very smart. Try to get your preps now, y'all. Things are only going up. Supply chain issues are only going to happen again, and you don't want to get caught flat-footed. The sun oven is a great prep to have in your arsenal, okay? There's no smoke, no fire. It uses the sun to cook. As long as you can see a shadow, you can cook. So even if they try blotting out the sun, you can still see your shadow. You'll still be able to cook. It dehydrates. It purifies water. It carries like a suitcase. You can walk it in, walk it out somewhere. It's super easy. I'm just saying, these are things that you guys, I'm putting a link here for you. And, these are automatic. You don't need the code, but you get a discount. You get a dry rack, all this extra stuff. The cookbook that Stacy has with the sun oven. These are preps that you guys want to need. You want to get some salt in bulk. Salt back in the day has always, this is the same link that I'm leaving you over and over. You can scroll up and down and get all this stuff. The salt has ancient times.
Independence Acres for Jeremy.
Yep. Oh yeah, Independence Acres. I knew it was the Acres.
Jeremy, sorry about that.
Sorry, Jeremy. And we look forward to seeing you. Is he there?
No, that was Carmen.
Yeah, that was Carmen. Yeah, it's Jeremy at Independence Acres. What was I talking about? The salt. It's been known as currency. Okay, look in your history books. So salt is very valuable. You can preserve meat with salt. You don't need the grid or refrigerators, freezers, and you don't have to can. You can do it with salt. We're going to show you guys this summer how to do it. Salt is very important in your life. Redmond has the best salt, in my humble opinion. Made in America. If you're in America, it's the best salt for sure. It's from an ancient mine in Utah. It's never seen plastic. Super great people. Support the homestead community. And you can buy in bulk. We get 25-pound bags, y'all. I mean, seriously, and we got lots of them because we do a lot of fermenting.
And they also have, I really like, they have like a bucket, so it'll come with a bag, and then you get stickers with it too that you can put on the bucket, and then you can pour your salt in the bag and have cute little stickers on it. So I think they still have that. So if you go to the site and see if they have that's kind of fun too. Or you can put it on your bottle. I have one of my stickers on my bottle.
And a Berkey or an Alexa Pure water purifier, so you can pull water out of a pond and drink it. Okay, you want to have water. Do not be looking at your kitchen sink, all right, with no other water in your house. This is not going to be good for you. Make sure you get the filters, the Berkey or the Alexa Pure, and there's a few other ones. Life Straw, if you just want a small thing. There's several of them out there. Those are the two for sure that we know are good. Berkey and Alexa Pure. And that is going to help you have water no matter what happens, y'all. If the power grid goes down, the water will not flow. And you will need water. Water is life.
And I have a feeling water is going to be a hot commodity.
It already is. They're draining aquifers. They're already messing with us. There's drought all over right now. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. The other tip I can give you, y'all, before we get out of here, this is very super important. If you're feeding your animals hay and you have to buy it off the homestead, get it now. They're making their first cuts now. If you procrastinate and you mess around, I have this feeling in my heart, like my gut is telling me hay is going to be an issue this year.
Yeah, we may not get another cut.
I could be dead wrong, okay, but I don't think so. My gut is telling me. So please, if you're feeding your animals hay that you're buying off the, outside of your farm, get your hay in order. Normally we do like 100 or 200, and then we kind of puppy dog, and at the end of the year we're kind of scrounging around. I'm fully stacking my barn up with hay this year. Okay, so I want to be totally going with the first cutting, maybe second, but I'm going to buy it up as fast as I can. So please get your hay ASAP.
And a lot of people are talking about like the hair and all that. For me, my hair started growing, and it really kind of slowed down on the graying when I started doing the Soleil, when I was doing a little bit more of the concentrated, when I was putting like the 5 tablespoons salt in like a pint of water, and then putting the you can go to that video that I did. What was it called? Do you remember? Oh, I made Doug. What was it? Drinking? It was
the Soleil. She said drink this for a week and see what happens.
Yeah, so that's what he did. And so you put the 5 tablespoons of salt in a pint of water, and then basically it's going to hydrate the water. So in the morning, every morning I put a teaspoon of that in a cup of water, and then I drink it. And for some people that say it's too salty, just put a lot more water in it, or put it in your big drink bottle and then drink it. And I started noticing, I did it for months and months and months, that my hair was getting better and the gray kind of wasn't going, because you need a little copper. You're kind of lower in copper generally when your hair is graying. And so that definitely seemed to help the health of my hair, and it helped with my energy levels and all that. Some people, if they don't want to do the Soleil, you can put like a pinch of salt in your water, when you drink it, or even put like a couple crystals on your tongue and then drink the water, and that works too. So.
All right, Michelle Riggs, her dog just killed 8 chickens. Any advice? 1, tie your dog up. Get the chicken, go over by the dog, let him smell it. No touchy, no touchy.
My dad used to tie the chicken around the dog's
I'm getting
neck.
there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. That's the ultimate. You tie the dead chicken around the dog's neck, and they will be so sick of it they'll never do it again. But you gotta be, you gotta have grit. to do that because it's kind of rough business, and you're going to leave it on there for a couple days. You know, it's like 3 to 5 days, and it's pretty raunchy, right? But you know, you have to train in these canines. That's the main thing. You know, the best canine is the trained in one. So you're just going to have to get him used to that. Chickens, let them know that these are not for him, and definitely tying one around their neck helps. But I would tie it up so it's not free to run around. Put the chickens in your hand. You know, be as gentle with it, and explain to your dog, you know, why you're doing it, and do that over and over and over, so it gets the point.
And the electric collars work too.
And the electric shock collars.
Those really work good. You can do the beep, and like when they go. That's what I did with Molly, and what I've done with the dogs when they're puppies, because they're going to want to run and play with them. I'll just go ahead when they get near them, or if they start to do that, you say no, and then you can push the beeper. And then if it doesn't work, you can set it on the lowest setting, which is just like I've touched it. It's not that big a deal. And then you just say no, and you zap them, and it teaches them very, very quickly.
Now Tammy Hammond's in here, and she is a hay farmer, and they say that they're very concerned about their hay business this year.
Yeah.
Because normally they get 1, 2, maybe even 3 cuttings. And so that really, y'all, this matters on the homestead. I got some stories coming out this week, and you're going to see some stuff happen with farmers this year. I'm just letting you know. My videos this week are going to be fire. And nobody's talking about this stuff. Okay? So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you are subscribed, because if you think you're subscribed, they probably unsubscribed you. So make sure you're subscribed to the button, hitting all notifications so you see us every Sunday night at 7 p.m. where we give you the download nitty-gritty on how to leave the city.
Oh, it says the Veggie Boy said their first hay cutting is kind of lousy. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
look
just
very
saying,
good now
I'm telling y'all,
either. Yeah.
Hey, I'm only trying to tell y'all the truth. We are here to help you, not to hurt you. Okay? So again, make sure you're subscribed, hit that thumbs up on the way out, share our videos. We have 1,500 other videos that talk about all this lifestyle and walk you through. We are a how-to channel, and when we get home here, you guys are going to see some how-to stuff on everything this lifestyle.
Maddie H has a very wonderful question, and it says, do chemtrails cause drought?
Absolutely. What's the stuff? Desiccants. Look it up.
There's desiccants in there. I just keep saying, why were we getting rain and everyone's ponds are drying up?
The ground is cracked.
The ground, it's really crazy. So
yes, desiccants.
That's our philosophy. We think that. We think that.
Abby is awesome. Abby's just doing great. She just loves us. She comes running up.
Except for, guess what happened to poor little Abby? She got her ear caught in a briar or something. Yeah, and she has
maybe on a barb.
She has a pierced ear now.
Yeah, kind of ripped out a little chunk.
I'll put a little earring on it.
No, it's just a little chunk out.
She's fine. She's very boisterous and very pushy. She still thinks I'm her mommy.
Okay, so in closing, right? We have a few tickets left for the Homesteading Life Conference. If you missed the start of this show, we talked about how getting around like-minded people that love to share knowledge is your best bet. Live in person. Get to one of these events. I'm leaving a link to our conference that we hold in Hannibal, Missouri, and we're going to pack you guys in because we believe time is of the essence.
Yes, definitely. We need to really get moving. All of us. Oh, and then we were talking about like things to do. Talk to someone who is a flower farmer.
Flower farmer.
Yep, irises.
Irises.
They sell the rhizomes.
Oh my gosh, y'all. She turned this business from nothing into something. She just popped it, poof, poof. I was like, what? Irises?
Yeah, no, it's great. So
awesome stuff. Then we talked about how you can make money instead of collecting a check, because you're getting your face ripped off collecting checks. That's why you get taxed so much. They're using and abusing you. And then you have to think to yourself, why are we paying taxes when they can just print money?
Oh, what is it? He's Brooks River Bottom Homestead. Darn you. They just ordered the Better Than Botox. That's what it's called.
Don't do that.
Moisturizer. I want some. I haven't done it. And there's not going to be any left.
They're going to sell out. Yo, snake dogs, you.
That's it. That's right. That's what it's called. Yeah.
All right, so really, we hope to see you at one of these events. We're going to have a fall event as well, so stay tuned for that. We're going to get out here on the road and meet you guys too. Go to our store, offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Pick up a sun oven, get some bulk tea. Do yourself a favor, man. And don't, if you need a generator, if you've been thinking about getting a generator, then get one. Try to do your best to get one, because if you wait till everybody needs a generator, you won't be able to find one. There's people all the time in Florida. Hurricane season's coming, no generator. As soon as the hurricane hits, or you're up here in Tornado Alley, they go running out to get a generator, and they're all sold up, right? And just remember, 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3 is done.
And don't go yet. Are you ready for the last thing?
Okay.
David, stay on here. You guys are going to learn a big nugget right now.
Big nugget drop on the way out.
David wants to know how to get rid of rats without poison.
Oh, here goes.
I got it.
We're going to do a video.
Should I tell you?
Go ahead and tell him. This is the big nugget out the door.
This is huge. Mice and rats.
Huge.
So here's the rat. You can get rid of rats. They like chocolate. You could get a box of chocolate cake. Like a box of chocolate cake mix.
Make sure you get it with all the stuff in it, like the high fructose corn syrup.
No, just a box of chocolate cake. Or it's easier. You can. This is for mice. You can just do half flour, half baking soda. Or the other one that I did was the Jiffy. You know, in the boxes, the Jiffy cornbread mix. Jiffy cornbread mix with half baking soda. Mix it all up. Okay, so flour and baking soda, or Jiffy, cornbread mix and baking soda. Mix them up really, really good. Put them where, like in your barn or underneath your chicken coop, or wherever you're seeing them. And then make sure they have access to water. So if there's water, if there's like a drinking bowl or whatever, just put it around. When they eat it and they drink the water, they're gonna blow up and they're gonna die. Okay. So we had some mice because Doug didn't want any of the cats in the barn anymore, and we had a lot of mice that were in, and they were eating up our spray foam and all that. And so he's like, that's not going to work. And so I did it. My friend Jody told me about it, and so I did it. I got the Jiffy, cornbread mix, and I did it. And all of a sudden, I'd see the little poops in there, and I thought, they're eating it. And then the next day, I hardly heard any mice. And then the next day, I just kept adding more and more, and I just put it all over, like on top of like little barrels and stuff, my 5-gallon buckets. I kept seeing poops, and then it's really working. So really, really working. I love it. But then they say with the rats, they like chocolate. So you can do the chocolate cake mix, put a little sugar in there, or you can do flour with some cocoa powder and put a little more sugar in there, and then half and half of the baking soda. Do the same principle, set it out, and see if it works. And let me know. I'd like to know. So everyone try it. We can have a big community experiment to get rid of mice and rats.
And
that's it for the day.
It's going to be a wrap. All right. We love you guys as always. Thanks for showing up at Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday, rain or shine. And we'll see you during the week with some news you can use and some tips around the homestead. All right. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're just showing up after the live show on the replay, better late than never. We appreciate you too. And make sure you leave a comment under the video, okay? And if you leave questions under there, we'll answer those as well. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.